This week's Parsha is a double Parsha of Mattot and Masei. And with this reading, we will be finishing Sefer Bamidbar. And it's amazing to think about how are we actually going to finish this Sefer. And interestingly enough, Masei has a list of 42 different stops that Bnei Israel made on their way from Mitzrayim all the way to this moment, standing opposite Eretz Israel on Ever Hayarden. And the question is, the Torah in general is very specific and very concise in its language. And the question is, why in this week's Parsha are there so many details? Why do I need to know every single stop that Bnei Israel made? There are many answers to this question. I'd like to share two with you. The first one is to think about that at this moment, this is the moment that Bnei Israel have been waiting for. It's about finally reaching that goal that they've been hearing about since their fathers and father's father, Avraham Avinu, was promised at Brit Ben Abtarim that his children will finally be able to inherit the land of Israel. And I think the idea is that every step of the way was leading to this moment of Bnei Israel standing on the other side of the Yarden. But a second idea I'd like to share with you is almost the opposite. The idea is looking not so much at the end goal, but looking at the process. That it was not from point A to point B in a direct line. Rather, it was a very challenging, difficult journey that Bnei Israel needed to take. And I think the lesson really is that a lot of times it's about the journey, right? Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai teaches us in Masechet Brachot, Daf Hey, that 3 gifts were given to Bnei Israel, but the only way we can acquire those gifts is through suffering. Unfortunately, these 3 gifts are the Torah, Eretz Israel, the land of Israel, and Olam Haba, the world to come. And interestingly, we think about this idea of the process of the journey. And not only was there one journey, there were many stops along the way. It reminds us of the idea of dor v'dorshav. Every generation has the responsibility to go through this journey, this process to inherit the land of Israel. It is not something that is inherited easily. It is a long process, sometimes with suffering on the way, but it's something that every generation has a responsibility to do, to take that journey on their own. And maybe this is one way to understand Abraham's reaction when Hashem promises him that he's going to have many children and he's going to inherit the land. And Abraham says, how am I going to know? How am I going to know that I am able to inherit the land? And Hashem says, you will not inherit the land. Rather, your children will inherit the land. And he shows him outside the numerous stars. And I think the question here is, Abraham is asking, how will every generation be able to inherit the land of Israel? How will every generation be willing to suffer to inherit the land of Israel? And Hashem says, don't worry. Your children will be on this journey, the Masa. It's about that journey that everyone is going to take, and they will take it. And I think the realization that we are a link in that chain of history from Avraham Avinu to Bnei Israel standing at the edge of entering Eretz Israel to nowadays, Baruch Hashem, looking at the people living here in Eretz Israel, that the message is we can do it. The road might be difficult. The road might have bumps in the road. There might be different stops on the road. But the message of Parashat Mattot-Masei is we can do it. Bnei Israel made 42 stops from Mitzrayim all the way to Eretz Israel. Bnei Israel did it, and so can we. Shabbat Shalom.